Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very warm welcome to Edge Hill for our first graduation ceremony this week. We will do our utmost to brighten things up to combat the rather dreary, dismal day that it is this morning. Immediately after the fanfare, the Associate Dean from the Faculty of Arts and Science, Lynette Turner, will give the opening address. I hereby declare this congregation open.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Mayor, colleagues, graduands and guests. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the first of our summer ceremonies and to offer our warmest congratulations to all of those of you who are graduating today. Graduation ceremonies mark the end of a long and at times difficult personal and academic journey, which culminates today in the awarding of degrees. One of these degrees will be given this morning to a distinguished honorary graduate in recognition of the personal and inspirational contribution that he has made to ensuring that all of us learn from the horrors and tragedies of the past. All other degrees being awarded today are for those of you who have studied here or at our partner institution, the Holy Cross College. So today marks the successful conclusion of a lot of hard work and perseverance, not just on the part of our students, but also for those who have helped them along the way: partners, parents, siblings, friends, and even, we'd like to think, your tutors. They have been there watching, assisting, and supporting in a whole variety of ways. So this is a significant day for them too. While today is special, university is about so much more than gaining a degree. All of our graduands will have acquired a great deal of highly specialised knowledge. But the journey from this point on involves learning how best to direct and apply that knowledge so that it makes a difference. From this point of view, graduation is not a conclusion at all. It is an important stage in a transformative process, for the individual, certainly, but also for the communities in which they will live and work. The extent of their qualifications goes way beyond a framed degree. The important role of a university is its ability to shape and influence the thinking and values of future professionals and intellectuals. And to that extent, all universities are shaped by common educational aims. But each provides a unique environment in which to learn, and each is defined by its own particular values and ethos. Edge Hill University has a long history in producing confident, inquiring and resilient graduates who will make the most of the life chances offered by their successful university education. Whether you have studied here on campus or with one of our partners, whether you will have been with us for 1 year or for 3, you will be conscious of how much this university has grown and developed in that time. And the ability to grow and to develop and to seize opportunities as they arise are skills reflected in the achievements and outlook of our students graduating today. Almost 150 years ago, the philosopher and economist John Stuart Mill took the opportunity of an inaugural address, this was actually at St Andrews University, to reflect on the value of a university education. All these years on, his belief that universities are there to enhance the intellectual curiosity and the moral consciousness of its students is still relevant and vital today. He reminded his audience that those who know how to employ opportunities will often find that they can create them. And what we achieve depends less on the amount of time we possess than on the use we make of our time. We wish you all every success in the next stage of your journey, And that includes today. So relax, enjoy the day, and come back to visit from time to time. You will always be very welcome. Thank you.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, colleagues, graduands and guests. All our graduates and lecturers in the humanities here today share one thing in common. Their research and study is centred on the human condition. At times, this can be an uplifting experience, highlighting what Abraham Lincoln called the better angels of our nature, or the capacity of the human spirit to triumph over adversity, sometimes in the face of seemingly overwhelming odds. It also forces us to confront the very worst thoughts and actions of which mankind is capable. The capacity for what Robert Burns described as man's inhumanity to man. That is particularly true of the 20th century, which, perhaps more than any other era in human history, was marked by conflict, war, and human suffering on a global scale. Within this troubled century, the Holocaust must surely rank as the most appalling of all the crimes committed against humanity. The names of Auschwitz, Buchenwald, and Dachau have become synonymous with the horrors that took place there. Auschwitz, above all, has become a byword for the ultimate depths of barbarity and inhumanity in human history. The haunting photographs of those who survived it, taken at the moment of their liberation, are familiar to us all. They comprise some of the most moving and powerful images in the annals of human history. In literary form, such experiences are perhaps most poignantly preserved in the writings of Primo Levi, most notably, If This Is a Man. A scientist, scholar, philosopher, and above all, humanitarian, Levi was one of the most influential and compelling thinkers of the 20th century. Indeed, less than 2 weeks ago, this university hosted an international conference on his intellectual legacy that included scholarly researchers from around the world. Like Primo Levi, Maya Hirsch experienced the horrors of the Holocaust firsthand. Born in Sieradz, Poland in 1926, he was just 13 years old when Germany invaded the land of his birth on the 1st of September 1939. It was the first day of the school term, and I was getting ready for school, Maya later recalled. It was 6:30, and school started at 8. His father said, "Maya, there's no need to rush. You most probably won't be going to school today." For Jewish students, it never reopened. In spring 1940, Maya and his brother Jakob were seized by the SS to be slave labourers. There was no time for farewells, and he never saw his parents again. Moved from camp to camp, he arrived at Auschwitz in May 1943, a place he later described as the worst hell on earth. From the outset, he was left under no illusion as to the fate that had been prepared for him. "We were taken to a hut where we were stripped, searched, and tattooed," he recalled. "Nobody survives here," the leader of the block in which he was housed informed the new arrivals. "Can you see those crematoria chimneys over there? That's where you are all going to end up." It is a chilling historical fact that at one time, Auschwitz was intended as the final destination for British political prisoners if the planned Nazi occupation of our country in 1940 had not been halted by the Battle of Britain. The average life expectancy for new arrivals to Auschwitz was just 12 weeks. Maya survived there for 18 months, longer than Primo Levi, who in his own writings ironically observed that it had been his good fortune to be deported to Auschwitz only in 1944. In November that year, Maya endured the first of a series of forced marches with little or no food or water as the retreating Germans sought to evade the advancing Allied armies. His Nazi captors showed no mercy to those who fell ill or were unable to keep up. Anyone who stopped got a single bullet through the head. For a time, even Maya gave up hope. I was in total despair, he remembered. But the man next to me, a complete stranger, said, "You can't give up now. The war is virtually finished." That made me carry on. One final journey, by rail in April 1945, was the most terrible of all. Of the 100 or so men packed into each open coal wagon, only around 5 to 10 made it alive to the final destination of Theresienstadt in Czechoslovakia. It was there that Maya was freed by the Russians in the last days of the war. Maya and his brother Jakob were the only survivors from an immediate family of 8 and an extended family of close to 100. He was one of several hundred young people liberated from the camps who were allowed by the British government to settle in the United Kingdom. He came to the Lake District in August 1945. In Maya's own words, "From hell, we arrived in heaven." It is fitting and right that we should remember Maya's wartime ordeal. But we also honour him today for his work and achievements since coming to live in England. To quote Maya himself, "It's no use being ungrateful and forgetting the good things and always remembering the sad ones. That is not right. There's got to be balance, because life is like that. And then you come out from that ordeal, and you've got to celebrate it. And you've got to thank God and thank the people who were involved in making your lot much better." At the end of the war, Maya settled in Manchester, where he has lived ever since. It was there that he met and married his wife Judith and established a successful tailoring business, the same occupation as his father. He became one of the co-founders of the 45 AIDS Society, a self-help and support group for Holocaust survivors and refugees from Nazi oppression who settled in the UK. Today, Maya is one of a handful of Holocaust survivors living in this country who have the courage to revisit painful and traumatic memories to tell of their experiences, to bear witness to the murdered members of their families and communities, to testify to the dangers of all forms of racism and prejudice in the modern world. He has been interviewed on many occasions. His testimony is an integral part of historical archives in Germany, the Shoah Visual History Foundation at the University of Southern California, the Manchester Jewish Museum, and numerous other centres. Since the 1970s, Maya has been a tireless contributor to the Holocaust education programme in the Northwest. He has been a regular speaker to schools, colleges, universities, and prisons across the region. For countless numbers of school children, he has taken history out of the textbooks and transformed it into a living reality. He has inspired teachers and teacher training students, including those at Edge Hill, to pass on the lessons of the past to the generations of the future. For many who hear him speak, the impact of Maya's story is life-changing. He receives far more requests for public engagements than he can meet. More than once, he has talked about his life 3 or more times within the space of a week. He has regularly spoken at 50 events and more over the course of a single year. This is often a painful and emotionally draining experience, but he remains committed to passing on to the children and teachers of today the learning and education that he himself was so cruelly denied from the age of 13. In doing so, he gives a voice to the countless victims of the Holocaust, whom the Nazis sought to obliterate from the history books forever. Meyer seeks no financial gain for his speaking engagements, not even to recover travel expenses. He freely gives of himself and asks for nothing in return. His only reward comes in helping others to understand the devastating consequences of hatred and prejudice. It is often observed that those who have no knowledge of the past are condemned to repeat it. That message has especial relevance for us today. We live at a time when the world is experiencing the worst economic crisis since the 1930s, the very conditions that helped contribute to the rise of fascism. To create a better future, we need to understand not just what we can and must aspire to be, but also have knowledge of what we could and might become. That is why the educational work of Meyer Hirsch is so important. That is why the work of this university and the example set by the students who graduate from it is so important. The anti-apartheid campaigner, Alan Paton, once observed that there is only one way in which one can endure man's inhumanity to man, and that is to try, in one's own life, to exemplify man's humanity to man. That is what Meyer Hirsch has done. It is why we honour him today. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the university, it gives me the greatest pleasure to present Meyer Hirsch for the award of Honorary D.Ed., Honorary Doctor of Education.
By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of Edge Hill University, I hereby confer the award of Honorary Doctor of Education upon Meyer Hirsch. Congratulations.
Chancellor, Pro-Chancellors, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Varney, graduates and guests. Thursday, 31st of August 1939 was the last day of the summer holidays and my 13th birthday. It proved also to be the last day of my childhood and the end of my education. The end of our family life. German forces invaded Poland next morning, and our ordeal began. We no longer had human or civil rights. For us, there was no such thing as justice. We counted for nothing. The Nazi plan was that Jews were to be either murdered or worked to death. When I was liberated by the Russians in May 1945, I was 18 years old, a filthy, emaciated skeleton. My hair had stopped growing because of my constant starvation, so I was completely bald. I was racked with typhus and infested with fleas and lice. Tragically, many thousands of my fellow prisoners died soon after liberation. I had emerged from the Holocaust bereft of everything except life itself. My home, family, and community had been destroyed. I had to learn again how to live as a human being. I seized the opportunity to come to this country. I was flown with hundreds of other young survivors from Prague to a military airfield near Carlisle. From there we were taken to recuperate on the shores of Lake Windermere. Thus we completed our journey from the hell of the Holocaust to heaven in the Lake District. Despite everything I experienced, suffered, and lost, I eventually recovered my physical strength with my sanity intact. A miracle that I cannot explain, but for which I give thanks to God every day. I often ask myself, why did I survive when others, including my parents, brothers, and sister, did not? But there are no answers. I learned to speak English and moved to Manchester. I chose my late father's profession and became a bespoke tailor. My life was complete when dear Judith accepted me as her husband. When we, the survivors of the Holocaust, arrived in this country in 1945, people were weary of war. Many were not interested to hear the stories of what we had endured and survived. Others simply did not believe us. It was not until about 30 years ago that people began to take a growing interest in the experiences and memories of survivors. Recalling and retelling my story is painful, but nevertheless, I treasure the opportunity to do so, because in so doing, I'm able to cherish and preserve the memory of my family and community. The pain of remembrance is my only link to them. But my story is important for another reason. It serves as a warning that the blessing of peace, freedom, democracy, and the concepts of justice and human and civil rights can never be taken for granted. They are delicate and precious gifts that we must take care to nurture in ourselves, in our children, in our communities. As I have told my story in schools, colleges, and universities over the years, I have been touched and moved by the interest people have taken in me and the friendship so many have extended to me. Thanks especially to Ian Phillips, Francis Farrell, and Cynthia Miles. I've made many friends here at Edge Hill, and these are friendships that I treasure. My visits are here and above all a source of pleasure and satisfaction. Today, you've added a most unexpected but delightful footnote to the story of my life. For despite the fact that my education was terminated when I was just 12 years old, today you have acclaimed me an honorary Doctor of Education. Judith and I thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for the honor you have extended to me today. We also add our heartiest congratulations to all my fellow graduates. I wish each of you every success in your chosen careers, and joy and fulfillment in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Last year, the Students' Union approached the university to discuss the possibility of recognising the many excellent teachers who are actually employed here. Much to our surprise, we received over those 2 years over 1,200 nominations from students for excellent members of staff. And those nominations this year alone covered over 200 of my colleagues. From those 200, we shortlisted 40 names, and from those 40, 12 were selected by the Chancellor to receive the Chancellor's Teaching Award. This week, at the majority of ceremonies, we have the opportunity to recognise the excellence of all my colleagues, but in particular, on this occasion, to present an award to Ben Braben for the Chancellor's Teaching Award.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of Academic Board, I present students from the Faculty of Arts and Sciences who are candidates for awards today. Vice-Chancellor, for defence of a thesis entitled A Cut in the Ground, an exploration of literary realism by novel and accompanying poetics, I present for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Michael Donning. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and Drama, Nevian Riley Mohammed. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and English, Matthew Borton. Rachel Gruff. Jessica Rose Gallagher. Kerry Louise Gaskill. And Martin George Palmer. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and English Language, Laura Joan Klein. Laura McGinty. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and English Literature, Jordan Whittaker. Jake Rory Zvek. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and Film Studies, Chelsea Bianca Basnet. Abigail Joan Bennett. Joe Bolton. Emma Dagnall. Paul Michael Fox. Katie Louise Thompson. Yasmin J. Titterton. Sean Michael Gregory Wright. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing and Media, Dominic Frederick Boyle. Adam Tarry. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Early Childhood Studies and English Literature, Sarah Williams. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English, Angela Abbott. Nicole Jean Arthur. Usman Aziz. Stuart Bates. Lisa Marie Brownrigg. Richard Alexander Butler. Gemma Louise Carr. Briege Catherine Clark. Charlene Marie Clark. Karen Culshaw. Bethany Davis. Rachel Eaton. Chelsea Lee Farrell. Beth Harper. Sarah Jade Harris. Kirsty Anna Higgs. Sarah Rose Hopkins. Jennifer Marie Hourahan. Lucy Priscilla Jackson. Susan Lewis. Emma Louise McCarthy. Sharon Parry. Karina Christiana Patterson. Francesca Pirovano. Jennifer Eileen Potter. Faye Ann Power. Sarah Louise Raby. Robin Riley. Jordan Roberts. Patricia Rose Mary Routledge. Craig Schofield. Rachel Elizabeth Seagraves. Kimberly Toole. Jennifer Louise Tunstall. And Sarah Wilson. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Media, Elisa Brown. Rory Christopher Calderbank. Francesca Louise Dattore. Louise Johnson. And Joseph Phillips. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Sociology, Claire Helen Conroy. Gemma Lears. Suzanne Monaghan. Hannah Louise Price. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Language, Melanie Dobson. Rebecca Ann Fenney. Jane Fitzmaurice. Ruth Salome Fuller. Christine Rosemary Gray. Rachel Leanne Knowles. Catherine Elizabeth McCooey. Angela McNeese. Mark Pearson. Claire Amanda Phillips. Gemma Phillips. Leanne Teresa Potter. Hannah Maria Royal. Carl Shaw. Nicola Claire Vineyard. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Language and Media, Catherine Maria Hamill. Sophie Louise Prescott. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature, Daniel Arnold. Sarah Bean. James Brown. Cara Marie Carter. Gemma Corson. Christopher Allen Crawford. Katie Desmond. Janine Ann Handley. Elizabeth Ann Harrison. Craig Hitchin. Janet Marie Kildare. Charlotte Elizabeth Mowat. Emma Louise Ann Parsons. Jamie Rowlinson. Alexandra Sanders. Robert Shannon. Anne-Marie Walker. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature and Film Studies, Laura Jane Tabern. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature and Media, Olivia Faye Hutton. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature and Sociology, Rebecca Holmes. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature with Creative Writing, Simon Kyle Finnerty. Wendy Susan Gillett. Lisa Jane Hannam. Jack Meave Hunter. And Anthony Murphy. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature with Drama, Catherine Piercy. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English with Drama, Darrell William Field Sheraton. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film Studies, Deborah Burks. Alan Peter Marshall. Liam O'Toole. And Christopher Andrew Thomas.
For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film Studies and Media, Adam Charles Brocklehurst. Stephanie Jane Page. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film Studies with English, Samantha Baxter. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film Studies with Film Production, Kaylee Birtles. Jonathan Andrew Egan. Jonathan David Lansana. Justin Lewis. Antonia Noel Buxton. Dipesh Silwal. Stacey Lee Smith. Samantha Stedman. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in History, Amy Allotson. Christopher James Ashcroft. Callum Robert Bannister. Romana Bargett. Andrew John Bimpson. Jane Margaret Booth. Jessica Bowen. Rebecca Louise Buchanan. Amy Carruthers. Joseph Michael Christian. Matthew Clark. Josh Ian Duff. Paul Gibson. Stephanie Louise Hartley. Jamie Neil Harwood. Daniel James Healy. Jill Margaret Henderson. Louise Rose Herbert. Nicholas John Hill. Otis Honey. Hannah Rose Jackson. Rebecca Louise Jackson. Daniel Peter Keane. Ivan Edward Lambert. Laura Elizabeth Lee. Stephen Robert Lynch. Adam Mars. Sharon Maudsley. Donna Morris. Stacey Morris. Kerry Morton. Charlotte Louise Oakes. Adam Powell. David James Shields. Callum Williams. Teresa Mary Williams. Ryan Willis. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in History and Sociology, Joanna Bretherton. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in History with English, Scott Andrew Robinson. For Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing and English Literature, Elizabeth Spencer. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates studied for their award at Holy Cross College. For Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English, Emma Louise Ballard. Lorna Claire Eyre. Lisa Hardman. Amy Louise Hickey. Nadine Marie Holmes. Katie Leanne Howarth. Laura Irwin. Lorna Mahmood. Helena Mahoney. Naila Mohammed. Raluca Maria Sidol. Karen Michelle Tomkinson. Kelly Louise White. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of students from the Faculty of Arts and Sciences.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of Academic Board, I present students from the Faculty of Education who are candidates for awards today. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary History, Leanne Abram. Kirsty Jane Fairbrother. Ashley Harrison. Dervla Rose McCardle. Terence Patrick McCann. Paula McCartan. Kirsty Joanne Reynolds. Hayley Sykes. Holly Rachel Turton. Sarah Jane Winter. For Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Secondary History, David Allen Barton. Davinia Ann Brown. Philip Chapman. Michaela O'Brien. Craig Allen Pickthall. Karen Louise Jennifer Van Ecker. Tara Marguerite Wright. For Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary, Religious Education, Francesca Lee Allen. Lauren Haley Asprey. Amanda Cowley. Claire Louise Finney. Rachel Heaton. Andrew Kaminsky. Sarah Michelle Kelly. Zoe Kershid. Niamh Anya McCartan. Nicola Kate McDermott. Munissa Munshi. Kimberly Wright. For Professional Graduate Certificate in Education Secondary, Religious Education, Georgina Clough. Danielle Elizabeth Hover. Kate Elizabeth Huxley. Daniel John Tidswell. Christina Elizabeth Wilson. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of students from the Faculty of Education.
Nobody's got a degree yet. By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of Edgehill University, I hereby confer the Edgehill University Awards for which you have been presented, and I congratulate you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a song for our graduating class of 2012, will you please welcome Miss Lucy McHale.
I
Thank you, Lucy. Can I add my personal congratulations to those who have just graduated and also to Maya Hirsch in respect of his honorary award, and thank him for his most inspiring response. Thank you, sir. Just a couple of announcements, ladies and gentlemen. The entire proceedings are available to be seen on the university's website. I think it takes about 24 hours before the techies do whatever they have to do. But if you go onto the university's website, look for graduations, there is a link. So I think if you want to see a replay tomorrow, it's there. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, refreshments are available in the student hub, which is the building, the new building, immediately behind the main building. So walk alongside the lake towards the main building. Students, do not be tempted to jump into the lake. Otherwise, they'll take your awards away from you. I hereby declare this congregation closed.
Thank you.